Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things planning, journaling and stationaries. Today I want to talk about Hobonichi. So this year I purchased Hobonichi A6 size for the very first time after 8 years break. I used to use 1 page a day planner, Hobonichi planner during my work long time ago, and as my life got busy and I switched to Hobonichi Weeks Mega as my everyday carry, so I have been away from 1 day per page planner for very long time, but I had some idea that I actually want to resume that exercise, so I took this in 2024. Even at that time I was thinking whether I want to get A6 size or A6 Techo size or A5 Cousin size. And interestingly, I actually asked a friend who was visiting Japan around November last year. Yeah, they were on a honeymoon, and she went to one of the shops, and this, especially for this Yamazakura cover that I completely fell in love with, she said this was the only available. She actually said this was the last one that she found at the shop, so she picked this up for me, and I really loved it, and I really enjoyed doing 1 page a day almost every day. And I actually enjoyed doing like a rapid log style, so like writing small bits and pieces of each, like what I did throughout the day. So it has been a very great companion for the whole year. But this is something very old that I actually found at my parents' house. I actually completely forgotten that I purchased this in 2017. So 2017 is the year I got married, I quit the previous job, moved out to different countries, so there was a lot of change. With the change expected, I think at that time I tried Cousin, and I really enjoyed it for the first 3 months, and then even in March everything becomes very empty, and by April it was done. So I only used it for like 3 months, and then it was sleeping at my parents' house forever. But because I had this thinking, maybe I want to switch to this in the future, I took this back from Japan trip in June, and since then I'm actually enjoying dipping in and out. So I think somewhere in June, I started using it as just my fun outlet outside of this. So this is like my commitment for this year. So I was feeling this, but because the space is quite limited, when I have extra things I want to talk about, I open this book. So I was using it as like just a notebook, and I really liked how it looks like, and I really like the space and the paper quality. Actually, this is the old 2017 Hobonichi, so it has the previous Tomoe River paper. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think June, July, August, I enjoyed it. Of course, not every day I could touch the second book, but almost. It is actually quite filled up. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed. So there was a day I was like drawing, so it was like outside the box, outside of this fun space. And back in September, actually it's funny, my last entry in here is Cousin or Techo. When I was thinking about it, a lot of thinking has gone into deciding which size I want to get. And at that time, I went for Hobonichi Techo A6 size, continuing with this size. And we are in December, so it's been September, October, November, December. 4 months after the decision, I am again thinking about maybe switching to Cousin. So I think toward the end of November, I actually picked this up and like testing things out, and I actually really like the size. I think I really like the A5 size. I did a video on A5 notebook a couple of videos back, so if you're also into A5 size, I would put it in a card above. But yes, I am enjoying it. I am. Look, I even did some doodle of one of this guy. So yeah, I noticed I quite like A5 size. This is kind of interesting because when I got this, I was like, okay, I'm back into one page a day after a long break. So the size was actually nice, not so overwhelming. But as I've been writing it every day for the past 10 months, 11 months, I do sometimes feel like if I do write, it's a bit of tiny space. So this feels nice. And also what I discovered this year is this gorgeous Takurie notebook for traveler's notebook. This is A5 slim size. So they sit nicely on a shelf together. So now I am torn between the two again. And yeah, I think I really like A5 size. They're not extremely big, but like ample space, I would say. So yeah, Cousin, like originally, like back in 2017, Cousin was too big for me. I could not keep up, so I dropped it at early stage. But now that I have done this for a year, I can confidently say this is nicely filled up. So we will see. We will see. So that's the current situation, and yeah, I think I really like both of them. I mean, like they are both nice size, and depending on what you want. But from my experience, if you are starting with journaling or if you want to build a journaling habit, I do see lots of contents on A5 Cousin, especially in the English speaking YouTube space. I feel like many people has this one, but starting with this can be very overwhelming. Size-wise, like one page is quite big to fill up. It also has this weekly page. This is actually the reason why I'm thinking of going back, because I quite liked doing this here. But if you're starting, I would highly recommend this size. Doable, you can carry it around. Once you open the book, you can finish this in 10 minutes. This one takes a bit more longer, and it's not like very easy to carry around with in terms of size, so less chance of touching. So if you are starting, I highly recommend this one. But as a second year of one page a day, I am slowly thinking of upgrading the size. Okay, so that's the situation, and see you in the next video.